Hello, 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 hello. It's so good to see y'all today. I'm so excited to be here because I had a podcast interview with Monica Sawyer earlier this afternoon and it was fantastic. And Monica and I have been friends for 2 years now. I was on her podcast a couple years ago, and now that I've started my own podcast, or I've revamped my podcast, she was back on my podcast, so it was awesome to chat with her and reconnect with her. We did a whole weekend event together in May of 2018, and I don't think I've talked to her in over a year since then. So it was awesome to get back together with her, and it was awesome to nerd out on real estate investing with another lady landlord, and it was just fantastic. One of the topics that we discussed was how you can leave a legacy, leave wealth, leave a wealth legacy. All right, how you can really contribute to this world on a big level. All right, and Janine just joined. Janine, I tell you what, I have seen Monica since last May because Janine and Monica met me for dinner last July when I was in San Francisco speaking at Inman Connect. So I have seen Monica, but it has been a year. But Janine was with us. We had dinner, and then we went to the top of something, and it was really tall, and I was scared, except when we got up there, San Francisco has a fog. And thank the Lord San Francisco had a fog because I am scared of heights. And I was slightly freaked out, but trying to play it cool. And so I had dinner with Janine and Monica a year ago, but it has been a year ago since I spoke at Inman. But anyway, Janine, hey. Monique and I were talking about how you can leave a legacy. And my mom, hey, mom's on here too. Hey, Mom! My mom was my very first mentor. Before I realized she was a mentor, she was definitely my first mentor. And I asked Monica when we were on the podcast, and also Janine's going to be on the podcast in a couple weeks. So make sure you're subscribing to the She Buys It podcast or checking out the videos on Fridays on YouTube because we have some amazing guest experts on the She Buys It podcast. I'm so proud of all these girls too because they're all lady landlords and just rocking it and getting out there and get those deals done fast. So Monique and I were talking today on the podcast, and we were talking about leaving a legacy, and we were talking about growing wealth. And Monique and I, neither one have kids, so we're talking about leaving a legacy, and whether it's leaving a legacy for your kids or whether it's your mom or dad leaving a legacy for you, and then you're taking that and then moving it to the next level or growing it or doing whatever it is. By the way, Mom, I have somebody looking at the property on Rising Road right now as we're doing this video. So, yay, thanks! I'm expecting her to call back. She's a personal trainer. We'll talk about all that later, but she's looking at the property right now. And we have a KUB notice on the door. So, Mom, I need you to go by there and get that notice off the front door on Rising Road. Anyway, back to the topic. Monique and I were talking on a podcast about legacy and wealth. This is how I communicate with my mom. Hey, Mom. My mom, I was telling Monica that my mom was my first mentor, and she said that's awesome because her dad was her first mentor. And I don't want to give away the whole spoiler surprise here. I want you to listen to the podcast. But Monica and I have a different view on investing, and there are thousands of ways to make money in real estate investing. I've only said that a couple thousand times myself. So whether you want to go with Monica's perspective on how to get started and how to do real estate deals, or whether you want to do my perspective on how to make money in real estate, there are thousands of ways to make money in real estate. None of them are wrong. None of them are right. They all need to suit you. They need to suit your goals. They need to suit your market. They need to suit your life and the season of life that you're in. And that's what's so amazing about real estate investing is you can do some deals now that lead you to different deals next month, that leads you to different deals in 5 years, but it's all coming together and working for you. It's not working to you. It's not happening to you. It's working for you. There's a reason. God's got a plan for all of this crapola that's hitting the fan all the time, even though we can't see it and it's a really rough ride sometimes. But there's a plan. And there's a greater vision out there. And I was speaking with a gentleman this morning over breakfast, and he said something that I thought was beautiful. It was an analogy of when you start a job, when you start real estate investing, when you say, okay, this is going to be it. I'm going to plant generational wealth. I'm going to get passive income. I'm going to do these real estate deals. I'm going to be the biggest and best thing that ever hit real estate in my market. This is going to be amazing and life-changing and awesome. When you start something, you're standing up tall, you got your nose up, you got your chin up, you're really proud, you're really excited, and you're just ready to go after whatever happens. Then, and real estate is also like dating, so this happens when we're dating and when we're married too. And y'all know what I'm talking about here, all right? It's the truth. New in a relationship, you're so excited, you do anything, anytime. Then after a month or two, after a year or two, really starts to feel like a job. And you've been hit by all those things that were fun and cute and fine in the beginning. Now it's not fun, cute, and fine anymore. So what happens is you drop down a little bit, and your head drops down a little bit, your chin drops down a little bit, and after time, you can get beat up over it, quite frankly. And the man I was talking to this morning at breakfast, he said, if you don't take the time to actually take a time out, which is why I go to Tony Robbins every July, or March, or whenever I can. I try to take some time out every week, because like he said, you have to take some time to pull yourself back out of the day-to-day. You got to pull yourself back out of that rut, and you got to get back up on that excitement level. You got to get back up on that new level, and you got to refocus. You got to keep your eye on the big goal for generational wealth, the big goal for leaving a legacy, the big goal for having 100 doors, the big goal for creating $100,000 a month in passive income. You got to take some time, because otherwise you'll get so sunk down in the crapola hitting the fan that you might veer off on not a wrong road or a bad deal or something less than Instagram worthy, but there's a chance. And even if you do go down kind of a side path or an alleyway or a dead end road, you can always take that second or those moments and say, wait a second, where was I going? Let me just reroute, all right, just like your phone does. Just let me reroute, get back on my path, and then get back on that highway towards leaving that legacy. And you can talk about leaving a legacy and giving it to a university. You can leave a legacy and set up a nonprofit organization. You can leave a legacy for your kids. Bill Gates has an awesome legacy for his kids, but he's got it written that if they don't perform at a certain level, they don't get their legacy. Warren Buffett had the same kind of stipulations for his kids. All right, these are some of the wealthiest men living, breathing the air as we're breathing today. And they're not just leaving a legacy and saying, here guys, go figure it out, and letting one generation or next generation or 5 generations later take it all into the toilet. They're actually training their kids and their grandkids along the way. And I'm so grateful that my mom has a legacy. But she didn't just say, here you go, do whatever you want to. She said, I need you to go fill this. I need you to go advertise this. I need you to go negotiate this contract. I need you to go figure out how to do this so that it's not just a legacy that you want to leave, ladies. Because I spoke to one of my moms, not my actual mom, but one of the ladies that helped raise me, because it takes a village, right? I spoke to one of them a couple weeks ago, and they have inherited a whole portfolio, huge portfolio that lots of ladies would die to have. But she doesn't know what to do with it. She hasn't ever negotiated contracts. She hasn't ever collected bids from contractors. She hasn't ever had to do the things that we do as lady landlords. So I want you to remember that when you're building this legacy, yes, it is super duper important that you are actually going through the motions of buying the houses, buying the properties, watching the videos, listening to the podcasts. You are going through the bumps and bruises, right, of figuring out which road you want to be on. And Monique and I talked about this because her dad was her first mentor. My mom was my first mentor. And we both learned so much from those people that make us better lady landlords. And I don't invest like my mom invests. Monica doesn't invest like her dad invests. But at least those people were there to teach us, do this, do this, do this. I do this because of this. I do that because of that. And then Monica and I could say, well, that doesn't work for me. I want to do it differently. But at least we had something to go on, right? So when you're leaving these legacies, when you're planning these huge portfolios, when you're getting all these things done, don't forget to bring your people along. And even if you plan on donating your legacy to a church or to a university or something, tell people what you're doing and why you're doing it so that they'll at least know, step 3 and 4 of the process, and they're not stuck at 0. All right. Sheila Britt just joined, and I flippin' love Sheila Britt because she is a perfect, beautiful example of a mom on a mission. And she takes her daughter all over the country to all these seminars and all these boot camps and all these things so that when her daughter has this legacy that Sheila has built for her and her other daughters and her kids and all that, she actually knows how it got started and what the plan was, what the vision was, what the high level thinking was, and why we did these the way we did these and why we did that the way we did that. And her daughter is on this mission with her. Mom and I are on a mission together. We joked a couple weeks ago about going halvesies on a deal. Well, that didn't work out. But we're still doing our deals. We're still on this mission together. So y'all, I want you to think about that. Build your legacy. Go through your bumps and bruises. Figure out what's going on. But take your people. Janine says that's the main goal, is to bring my people along. Exactly. And Janine has a young son that is going to grow up and inherit a portfolio. He needs to go, in my opinion, he needs to go see the property. He needs to grow up knowing that money comes every month. My mom taught me that money comes in the mailbox every month, and I didn't like that. So I have inbox money. I get notification money. But my mom still likes to get a check in the mailbox. That's where we differ a little bit. I don't want a check. I just wanted to go straight to the bank. But bring your people along so that he can at least decide how he wants to receive his money every month. Sheila brings her daughter along so she can say, oh, that really makes sense. We should try something like this and that. Ooh, I talked to this person and I don't think it's a deal for me, but it might be a deal for you. Bring your people on this journey with you. All right? And maybe you're sitting here and you can see the vision and you're excited and you're pumped up and they don't see your vision. That's okay. That's totally okay. You have to be able to see your vision. They've got their own vision that they're seeing. Right? They've got their own goals. They've got their own life. They've got their own portfolio that they're going to be building. And maybe they feel kind of like an anchor right now. Monica and I talked about this today too. This is a great preview for this podcast that you're going to get when you subscribe to the She Buys It podcast. But we both had a similar experience. It was Monica's husband and it was my boyfriend. In the very beginning, they were kind of like anchors. Well, I don't think this is going to work. And why are we doing this? All right? They both gave us a little bit of lip in the beginning. But now they can see our vision. And now they can see that it works. And they can see that we're strong, independent women that don't need no man. But we like to be, petted and fed regularly. All right? But they can see our vision now, and they can know that we're going to be strong, independent women, and that we're going to be able to go through these bumps and bruises, but we're going to come out okay. And Jeanette Riles put up a post earlier that I thought was absolutely beautiful, because on Facebook, on Instagram, everything is beautiful and polished, and private jets and Lamborghinis and all these things, and those are great, and that's great to aspire to. But don't forget how beautiful you are. And your scar tissue from your bumps and your bruises, and your stories from where you were crying in the kitchen floor on more than one occasion because a deal went sideways or sour or south or whatever. That's beautiful too. And whether you're in the thick of a mess right now, or whether you're on the other side of the valley, Holly McRae told me that you're either walking away from your problems or walking towards your problems. And thank goodness you got some behind you, because you wouldn't want to have to go through those again. And thank goodness you can't exactly see the ones you're coming towards, or you might stop walking. But you got to keep going, ladies. If you're going to build generational wealth, if you're going to be a Proverbs 31 woman, if you're going to be a strong, independent woman who don't need no man, you're going to have to figure out how to make some money, honey. And you're going to have to figure out how to make some money while you're sleeping, like Warren Buffett said. All right? I love waking up to payment notifications on the 1st, 3rd, and 5th of the month. I don't know why no money comes in on the 2nd and 4th, but rent's due by the 5th. So anyway, I love that. And then I've got 3 weeks to figure out what I'm going to do, what I'm going to buy, where I'm going to go. Girl power. That's right. Mama always raised me on girl power. And when I went to those first boot camps, even though my boyfriend was telling me, you got church camp mentality and it's never going to work and this is never going to happen and blah, 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 I could also hear my mom in my head saying, well, if these guys can figure it out, you can too. Thanks, Mom. And I'm off. And it's true. I was sitting in a room of 100, 200 men. There was probably 10 women there, and 6 of them were just supportive spouses, like I'm doing now. My husband works in Florida. I live in Tennessee. I'm a hotel housewife this week because I'm just a supportive spouse this week. I can do my stuff from online, and it's after the 5th of the month now, so my money's already come in, so I get to hang out with y'all, right? We get to do challenges in the She Buys It group now, because technically I got 3 weeks before I got to go to work again. And even then, I just got to wake up and check and make sure those notifications come in on my phone that everybody paid, check my email, get the report from the accountant, so-and-so's late, send them an email. You can do this, ladies, but you got to keep that high vision. You got to know where those goals are. You got to listen to your mama's voice in your head that says, you can do this. Get out there and make me proud. And if your mama wasn't that kind of mama, listen to me saying it. You can do this. Get out there and get these deals done. And if you want some help, we're doing a free challenge starting this Thursday, which is tomorrow. Today's Wednesday, and it's, Wednesday, so we're wearing pink. I was talking to the lady that's going to take pictures at She Buys It Live. I was talking to her on Facebook Messenger earlier today, and I said something about, I'll give you something to wear so that everybody knows you're on the She Buys It team. And she sent me a message back. Y'all know what she asked me? She was like, do you have a pink shirt for me to wear? I looked around like, did she send that message to the right person? Like, of course, I have a pink shirt for you to wear. I mean, what other color would we be wearing at She Buys It Live? It's Wednesday. On Wednesday, we wear pink. All right, that place is going to be pinked out on Wednesday. We may have some other colors Thursday and Friday, but definitely Wednesday at She Buys It Live will be pink. It's my color, y'all. So anyway, we're doing a challenge. If you want to get started, or if you want to revamp yourself, if you've kind of gotten down a little bit, hey Pam, if you've gotten a little bit down and you don't have that high vision, you don't have that high energy, you don't have that, on top of the world, we're going to get this done come hell or high water, you're going to want to be in the She Buys It group starting this Thursday, going through next Thursday. Sheila says you're a true supporter. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to push you along and nudge you along and say, get out there and get it, girl. What's going on today? What you got today? What are we doing today? Who's signing a contract today? Let's go get it, girl. Some friends of mine have a Get It Girl real estate. Get It Girl podcast. I love that. Go get it, girl. Go get your contract. Go get your deal done fast. Let's do this. And that's what we're going to do in the She Buys It group started on Thursday. And if you're a little bit late to the party, go ahead and join the She Buys It group. You can go to shebuysit.com/group. I'll put a link right here so that you can just do a little clicky click on it. shebuysit.com/group. Boom. Click on that link, shebuysit.com/group. If you're watching this on a replay, then there's a link down below, or maybe it's up above. I don't really know where the link is. But anyway, join the group. If you join between this Thursday and next Thursday, we'll have the videos up. We'll have a lot of people posting in the group talking about what they've learned, what they've done, what they've seen, who they talked to, what that inspired them to do. We'll have all that going on. If you're watching this later, all those videos will come down. I know, it's sad. But they will come down, and we'll have something else going on. So join the group. Even if you're watching this later, even if it's 2 years later, join the She Buys It group. We'll have something in there to help you get your deals done fast. Because I love helping women set up their legacy, create that generational wealth. But don't forget to bring your people along for the ride. And show them the good, bad, and ugly. Because there's some good, bad, and ugly in real estate investing. It's not all unicorns and rainbows. I am very sorry. In fact, you know what's funny is I've done a video every day this week, and so today's Wednesday. So Monday was my first day to do the video, and if you look back through my timeline, in the Monday video, I just gotten out of the shower, my hair is wet, I'm like all properly prepared and stuff. On the Tuesday video, I've pulled my hair halfway up, we're kind of getting frizzy. This is the Wednesday video, and my hair is fully in a ponytail, so this is the good, bad, and ugly of how videos go, because it's the good, bad, and ugly of how real estate investing goes. And I'm willing to bet that tomorrow, I'll put $5 on it, I have my hair up and a hat on in the videos. Either that, I'll be refreshed and reset and back to pretty again. But y'all know, some days, especially in August, you just got to put your hair up and go with it. Let's get these deals done, girls. Good and bad and ugly. Bring your people along for the ride. And go for the ride yourself. You're not helping anybody or saving anybody on the sidelines. Get out there and play. All right, I'll see y'all in the group. Challenge starts tomorrow. Get excited. Woo! Bye. See y'all later. Mom, enjoy church. Tell everybody I said hi. Dad, hi to you too. He fusses. He's like, you always talk to your mom. You don't ever say anything to me on the videos. Dad will be at She Buys It Live, and he is also very excited to take pictures with y'all. So come to She Buys It Live in November. My daddy will be there. He may even take you out for barbecue for lunch. Take your people along for the ride and get off the sidelines yourself. Let's do these deals, girls.